you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I love Coach Cohen and the whole staff and everyone that's in, all the guys that were brought in free agency, just good dudes, good players too. But I really feel like we've done some great things this offseason.
Adding people who are intangibly rich. And Travis, in fact, as a player, is rare. But as a person, he's also rare.
Gets away from one and superhuman pick from Travis Hunter. Put the cape on him already.
I think he has a great career ahead of him on both sides of the ball. If he's the best DB, is he the best wide receiver? Who knows? But is he a great playmaker on both sides of the ball? Yeah. Yes, he is. And at the end of the day, when you're a team like, us right now, who's in that stage of we have to get it right now. We need the best playmakers on the field at all times. And if he can give you that value, let's do it.
We need to go win football games. And right now, am I optimistic? Absolutely. But I'm also realistic. Like, hey, let's not break our arms, patting ourselves in the back, how great things are going right now. Because ultimately, it's about winning football games, and that's what we're focused on.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. We have made it almost to the end of the week as we'll make it through our workday today. Jags will be working in the stadium tonight with the annual scrimmage mock game, Tony, whatever you want to call it, man. Nobody really knows exactly how they'll format it until we see it out there. I'm not 100% sure they know exactly what's going to happen tonight, but the actual mock game aspect of it is going to start at 7 o'clock. Yeah. And we'll carry that here. It's only going to go about an hour. That, according to their own schedule, Liam Cohen's going to talk afterwards. I think we're going to be on the air discussing it tonight for Angie and Logman until like 9 o'clock. So
beautiful.
Anytime the Jags are playing in a semi-competitive environment, sure, you'll have them here on 1010XL. So good morning, gentlemen. How are we? How's things?
Doing well.
Awesome.
Listening to you give Dylan a hard time as we were coming in there.
Wait a minute.
With the open, right? Like
I said E.T. did a good job putting this open.
It was
together.
like a backup, but it got me thinking about, and Dylan's put together a bunch of opens.
Yes.
In the last couple of years, but none of them have like the punch. And I was trying to remember the last time we had one that was like, oh yeah, I can remember that moment from that game. So we need an open for it. Right. And it's off the upright against Houston. That's the last time it's happened for the Jets. Like it's a year and a half ago. It's been that long since there's been a moment where it's like, yeah, we need to immortalize this for at least a moment for this football. That we did it a little bit this offseason with all the change.
Right.
But that's all got to be paid off with whatever's going to happen on the field here in 2025. Can we have one or two of those moments?
Be nice. I'd like to get 10 new opens this year, one for every win.
That'd be awesome.
Ooh, look at that.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can get rid of those Victory Monday shirts.
Maybe we can.
Get them out the door.
Yeah, right. I mean, do we consider using them in the preseason, Tony, if they get past Pittsburgh? I don't know.
That's where the streak is going.
I mean, there is a hot streak, right? No, Tommy, you say no on that one. They still got to
earn the regular season win.
Oh man, we held
Tommy
them back.
don't believe in it.
We don't want to give them all away right now. We're not going to have any for our 11th win of the season.
He
if
just
we do
doesn't believe in it till it's a double-digit preseason winning streak. So that'll be going into 2026.
6 in a row.
No, I know.
They're cleaning up.
I know. They're rocking and rolling. It's great. I mean, look what the Chargers did last night.
Right, look at Dan Campbell. He's very upset with his troops.
Yeah.
Anytime the Lions take the field, we can't be turning it over 5 times and not creating any turnovers.
He's going to punish them this week up in Detroit.
Maybe he will. I don't know. It was, I think PFT pointed it out because in response to Campbell's reaction to it, they went 4-0 in the preseason the year they went 0-16.
Right.
And I believe the year that Peyton Manning won his Super Bowl in Indy, they went 0-4 in the preseason. Preseason outcome means nothing.
Right.
I mean, look, Baltimore's a good team. They won 24 preseason games in a row.
Yeah.
And how many Super Bowls in that period of time? I'm not saying it's a good organization.
Yeah.
But I don't think if they had been 22-2 in that stretch, it would have had any difference whatsoever.
Well, think about it. A lot of the ends of preseason games are third team, fourth team, trying to make it. Most of those guys aren't even on the team when you hit the regular season.
Right. I mean, look, I get the mindset. We're competing. We want to win. Anytime we're competing.
That's right.
That's fine. But if your fourth stringers beat my fourth stringers, I'm not going to be too tweaked about it.
But I get if the ones don't look good, that bothers me.
That's a different story.
I mean?
Wouldn't you rather be up 10-3 at the half and then lose 27-10 than the vice versa?
For sure.
Yeah.
Without question.
How was your week?
Great week.
Yeah?
Great week. Yeah.
Happy birthday, belated.
Thank you.
Double Nickels turned 55.
How about that? Yep. On Wednesday.
Easy to remember.
Now it is.
For the next 363 days.
That's right.
So.
Good math. All right.
Thank you.
-2.
Appreciate that.
Beautiful.
I did the quick -2 on
that was
the fly.
quick. That was
Didn't have it
really
written down or anything, man.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah. It's been great. Just, awesome day on Wednesday. Spent the morning everyone was asleep, got outside. Good to think about my father at that time. We always used to hang out on my birthday before I'd have to go to camp for BC or whatever. Went and ended the night at Daly's place watching Shania Twain with my wife and 3 daughters. It was rocking. She put on a good show, man. It was packed.
But
too.
I've heard
did a
there's
great job.
levels to your celebration. Like that was Wednesday. There's still more to come.
We have another one tonight. Yeah, yesterday was not too bad. I actually had to film The Horse's Mouth at Lynch's Irish Pub, which was fun. We just chilled out last night, so that's good. But then I find out last night that by the way, friends are coming over. We got another party, and I'm like, what do you mean party? It's like over. I'm like, we've been celebrating since last Friday.
Do you have at your party, do you get presents, or is it just come on over, have some cocktails?
Yeah, just come over.
Out?
Yeah. No presents.
If it was presents, let's have.
Although my family gave me some nice presents. My daughters and wife. Different. Yeah. They basically, my oldest daughter likes to dress me, so basically that's what
I told my son.
Shorts. Here, Dad, here's a whole new wardrobe. Wear this.
When my son was very little, I said, the only present you ever have to get me is make me a card. And he still does
cool.
to this year,
Yeah.
Makes his own.
Listen, all I wanted to be was with family. We had a great time. It was good times.
Do what you like.
Good times, man. Absolutely.
Young Denmark, how are you?
Excellent. I am ecstatic for the scrimmage tonight.
Good.
You are, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready to hear about Joshua Cephas and what he can do on this defense.
You'll see it tonight. He's gonna light him up.
I'll be here.
Well, there you go. That'll be play-by-play of Eli Penkel and Joshua Cephas dominating.
By the way, the scrimmage tonight will be on the apps. I've had a couple people ask me.
Okay, cool.
It's not right. It's not an official game. People ask that. We get that every year. The NFL does not allow the broadcast stations to stream their content like that. Like, so once it hits the network hour, which is noon, that final hour of the pregame, we cannot air that on 1010xl.com. We can't stream it on the apps. So you got to listen over the air, or the NFL does have, you can listen to games on Sirius XM that I think include that. Everyone's got a designated team channel, and that's the NFL.
You got to pay the machine, basically.
That's right. That's not us. That's
the
not
NFL's
my choice.
pushing everyone to Sirius if they're going to listen to the game.
Right.
If you're not,
they've got Sirius is paying them a bunch of money to do that. So we do what we can, and if you're in the local area, we're happy that we're ecstatic that we're able to bring you those games.
Absolutely.
Gator games, all the other games that we bring you here on 1010XL. But tonight, we'll see. I don't know if I put that much more importance on this than I do any other practice for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Really, it's another step in the road of competition, and there's some pretty good competition at some of the spots out there.
Great competition. I told you guys off air, I reached out to Big Tone earlier just via text and said, is this a mock game like we used to have? It was just basically a glorified walkthrough, but all through situational, like 4-minute, 2-minute, short yardage, goal line, field goal, whatever, whatever the situation was. And he said it's going to be full speed to thud with those situations. So
means you're not burying a guy, you're not tackling.
You're not tackling to the ground, but there should be some good popping, good banging.
It's a full contact, but not a full collision kind of situation with pads on. And let's see how they look.
I like that because it'll be good for the evaluation for them. You know what I mean? So it's not just a walkthrough or a glorified walkthrough. They're gonna actually turn it up a couple notches and get after it a little bit. So we'll see who stands out. But so far so good. I think camp has been pretty good. I've enjoyed watching the guys, and I thought especially yesterday, I thought Trevor looks good. He looks different. You know, the ball's coming out a lot quicker. The spiral. I mean, he's always thrown a pretty good ball, but it's just perfect. He's putting it in the right spot. He threw a dig to De'Ami Brown just a little bit behind him 2 days ago, but he caught it. Other than that, his anticipation. I mean, and that's what we've been waiting on, you know, like throwing it before they break, you know, throwing it to the point.
Throw a guy open.
Right. And he's been doing that, or at least he did the other day. And it's good. It looks pretty good. So, I mean, look, it's only part of the process, but and tonight will only be, like you said, only part of it'll be a step. But, you know, overall, I mean, I think he's looked pretty good. And I know that's what we need, right? We need number 16 to really turn that corner and be that guy.
Without
and we all
question.
think he can be.
If there's one guy you'd pick to have a career year, every year you'd pick it to be number 16, right?
Yep.
And, you know, we expect certain levels of performance from other guys. I feel like it's been a little bit of a, maybe not a bad camp, just a slow camp for Brian Thomas. You know, it hasn't been highlight reel play after highlight reel play.
Right.
But I think, like, I'm not concerned because we know what he's capable of doing.
Of course.
You know, he has shown proof of concept. De'Ami Brown had a good couple of practices the last couple
and
of days.
Trevor got some good chemistry going. Brian, I'll tell you this. The last practice, Brian Thomas had one or two drops, like, early, and then it seemed like they found some connectivity, like, throughout the latter, you know, throughout the rest of practice, because they I think one was a score. He hit him a couple times over the middle. That was right in stride. So I agree. Brian Thomas, it's a little bit slow, but I think he's come around as of late.
Didn't it feel like last year in camp, kind of the coming out party for Brian Thomas Jr. in the camp process was when the Bucs were here?
Without a doubt.
Right? Like when there was a competitor on the other side.
Crap.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vividly remember they were doing 7-on-7 against Tampa, and Brian Thomas just ran like a 7 or 8 yard out at the goal line, and it was unstoppable. Like, it was perfect throw, perfect. We're like, wow, that was pretty smooth the way he ran that route.
Big plays down the field too.
Oh,
in
yeah,
those practices.
for sure.
He and Trevor were hooking up, and I remember the Bucs DBs like, oh, wow, y'all might have found something.
Listen, De'Ami Brown and Trevor have definitely connected. Parker got a nice long one the other day. Travis has made, obviously, catches and whatnot, but it hasn't, on team, it hasn't, you know, they haven't connected big time down the field just yet. I know they did on, maybe on 7-on-7. But you know, look, I think part of that is just the system and the timing and how important it all is. And I think it's starting to click a little bit.
Well, we'll talk about your week of practice observations. We're going to hear from Brian Thomas today, some more from Grant Udinsky, Trayvon Walker, Travis Etienne, who I thought had a good week of practice
for sure.
as well. Yep. And we've got our Chad and Sandy Real Estate question of the day, which is asking which of these safeties will start the most games for the Jags this year. And knowing that Eric Murray basically has been penciled in as a starter at one spot, your choices are Antonio Johnson, Caleb Ransaw, Darnell Savage, and Dewey Wingard. So you can vote who you see fit on our Twitter poll this morning. You can hit us up on the phone lines at 641-1010, the Checkmate Coatings phone lines, or the same number for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also find us in the YouTube virtual studio. Watch the program that way. We stream it on Twitter. We stream it on Facebook. You can jump in the chat and give us questions and comments there if you would like, or just find us out there on the Twitter sphere at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
All right, you ready for a little sweat your butt off golf on Sunday there, brother?
Oh, man, ain't nothing new to me, boy.
Ain't nothing new to you. You're out there every day. We're doing our thing. What was that? I don't know what he said.
I don't even know what I said.
I have no idea, but I think he said yes. I think it said yes. That was a yes. That was a Denmark yes right there.
Yeah, they don't get too hot in Malibu.
Malibu in the boo. All right, we are ready to roll. Got a bunch of Jags on tap to hear from today. Love to hear what you think about the safety opposite Eric Murray. And again, people have asked, and we've talked about it several times. You know, I keep hearing elite communicator. The guy's going to get everybody lined up. Maybe not, the most physically gifted. Not going to win the sprint with all the safeties, whatever, but knows where to be. And that's a big factor when you're talking about using the word safe as part of the word safety, making sure everybody knows their assignment on the back end. So would be honestly extremely surprising if he did not start and play most of the games at strong safety, I think, for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. So a lot to get into today. Tom McManus is with us. Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark. I'm Mike Dempsey. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Take us into the black hole.
They may not be able to beam you into the future, but they can make your ride home a lot more fun. Frank French and Hayes Carline.
The Frangie Show.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
If a storm impacts our area, JEA is ready to respond. Our team of over 2,000 employees is prepared to move in when the storm moves on. Once restoration efforts begin, we won't stop until everyone is back online. And we'll keep you informed with real-time updates at JEA.com and the MyJEA app. We're ready for storm season and want you to be too. Visit JEA.com/storm to learn what you can do now to prepare.
I-9 Sports covers the First Coast with all kinds of sports for kids ages 3 to 17. Fall and winter registration is open right now, like girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows, plus plenty of co-ed programs in the Tri-County area to keep your kids active. And being part of a team creates great camaraderie and commitment. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay, sign up now for the fall and winter. It's all at i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. That's i9sports.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's The Mangler.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, got a minute?
Always. What's on your mind?
This time of year, my air conditioner is running non-stop. Hot all day, hot all night. It has to run constantly just to keep up.
Well, that's what they do.
But if something happens to it in the middle of a 2-week heat wave, I'm in trouble, Jason. I can't wait 3 days or 2 days or even the next day for service. If you can't get someone here today, I'm sweating by tonight. What if it breaks, Jason?
You call me, pal. That's what we do. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
But you're probably swamped with calls from everyone else's AC that ran nonstop and then broke in a heat wave, so they called you because that's what you do.
But we always have room for an emergency. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we have techs standing by because we know these things happen.
So I don't need to worry. Wow. That time you calmed me down without even using the sunglasses.
Oh, I was reaching for them.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Big personalities, bold opinions, lunch just got louder. Josie, Matt, and Leon are XL Prime Time from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Any questions?
Yeah, when's lunch?
Noon to 2 on 1010XL.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Let's get the work done.
Training camp is here.
Up, quick feet.
1010XL's training camp coverage is backed by Roland Reach Plumbing and Green Acres Sporting Goods.
Let's go, here we go. Let's go, it's live now, let's go.
A new era of women's professional soccer has arrived. The Gainbridge Super League, redefining the game for the next generation. Sporting Jacks, the first ever pro women's team on the First Coast. Be there for history. Secure your tickets now at sportingjacks.com.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance painting.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I can do more. I feel like there's more in the tank for me. So each and every day, each and every game, I'm going to come out there and show everything I can do, show what I can do. Try to be better than I was last year.
Brian Thomas Jr. asked if he feels there's a higher ceiling for him in year 2. You know where he gets respect? Fantasy football players. I mean, he does, right?
Yeah.
He's top 15 pick. Not uncommon to see him going 10th, 11th, 12th in fantasy drafts. Whereas on the NFL list of the top 100 players, he's in the 60s. Based on his production, probably should have been higher. Yeah. But I get it. And rookies take a little while to break in, and, you get the small market effect. I don't know, bias, but whatever. Yeah. When the players are voting, I don't know if they think about that. But it's a little bit out of sight, out of mind, and let's just hope. I mean, it's like we're counting on him to be better than last year. You know what I mean? Like,
or at least as good.
He can't show up and be a 950-yard receiver this year.
Right,
we expect that. And he's got the talent to do that. And hopefully, De'Ami Brown is the guy that we saw in the postseason for Washington last year, as opposed to his entire career up to that point where he really hadn't done anything. And, Travis Hunter draws some attention. And as you said, Trevor looks sharp. And we got, you could spin it both ways. You can say, hey, it looks like we got a really good wide receiver core. Parker Washington showing up in the preseason. But again, got a guy who's going to be playing two ways, playing his first snaps in the NFL. You got De'Ami Brown, who's never done it consistently at a high level or anything close to a high level. And you got Brian Thomas, who was just done it for 1 year at this point in time.
Well, listen, I think prior to the past couple practices, the defensive backfield's been contesting a lot of balls. I mean, they've been in position, playing great. But the last couple of days, it seems like the pendulum has swung a little bit to the receivers making more plays. So I think it's taken some time to get the timing down, to believe in the anticipation, to throw it in that right spot. He threw an out route to Trammell. I mean, he threw it way before the break, and it was right there, right before the sideline. Trammell caught. I mean, it's just like it's
so
almost
pretty when it works like that,
like when it's on time like that, especially those out routes.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's nothing.
You can't guess.
Right.
Not like that.
No, absolutely. So, but I think, it's turned a little bit, and it's good because we needed to see that. It wasn't like they were shutting them down. It wasn't like domination, but they were contesting a lot of footballs. The past,
Jordan Lewis is getting his hands on the ball.
Out there. Jarian Jones was out there making plays. Aluakin, I'll tell you, here's a great example. Aluakin made a great play, pass breakup. It was probably, today's Friday, maybe like Monday. Okay. Maybe Tuesday. And he made a great break on the ball. and me and Campo and I think Joe C are standing in the end zone, and you can see the dig coming in. I think it was to Brian Thomas, and you're like, throw it. He threw it late, just a second late, which gave Aluakin a chance to break on the ball and make a play. And it was a great play by Aluakin, don't get me wrong, and it's a split-second thing. You know what I'm saying? But lately it's been on time. He's throwing it. There was another play earlier in the week. In the end zone, Strange is coming, and he's coming from the other side. I'm standing like right in the back of the end zone, and I think Murray's got him, or Lewis, one of those guys has got him. He's kind of covered, but there's an opening, and he just there was an opening, like, and we're both going like, throw it, because he had him, and then he waited, and then when he threw it, they made the pass for it. It just gave the defender a chance to basically catch up. But it's been better the past couple of days. Like I'm telling you, that timing is so important. When you throw a deep ball, it's not, a lot of times, you underthrew him, he doesn't have the arm. No, sometimes you throw it late. I'm not just talking Trevor, I'm talking quarterbacks in general. You know what I mean? If you're, you underthrow him and you're like, man, if he just threw a little bit earlier, it would have been out in front of him, he would just run under it and caught it. So there's a lot to that. And I think with Liam Cohen's offense and Udinski's offense, I think that's really critical. And I think it's showing. And it has, like, someone wrote, he's been dominating all camp. No, he's not been dominating all camp, but the last couple practices, he's coming around. He's coming around big time.
He's never at any point been bad in camp, but it does feel like it's gotten better as they've gotten into it here, and that's positive. That's what
absolutely. That's what you're looking for. Now, you want some negative? Can we throw a negative in? Walker Little can't block Trayvon Walker for the life of him. And it's the same inside move almost every single time. Now, earlier in the week, during the 11-on-11 in the red zone, there were one or two where he did block him, and he kept Trevor clean, but he's been getting beat way too much. Anton, not that much better, to be honest with you. I am concerned. I'm concerned about the offensive tackle still, and I'm still concerned about the interior defensive line. I don't know what the heck's going on with Armstead. I mean, he's a vet. Listen, vets get like 2 days off, 3 days. They don't get a whole week. Like, it's been a whole week. He's out there doing individual. He's not doing any team stuff. If
they're not saying it's an injury. It's like veteran rest.
Like, who are you? Like, give me a break. You're not the only 31-year-old on the team, by the way. They're out here playing. I mean, Eric Murray's 31. Dewey's 31 or close to that. You know what I mean? Like, they're out there. Why aren't you out there? What's going on there? So that's odd. And then, of course, the Mason Smith injury, which leaves you with D. Ham, Lacey, and Jordan Jefferson, right? Which, we'll see about Jordan Jefferson because it'll be his second year. The other two, we know what we have out of that, but sometimes and not good enough a lot of other
Dewey
times.
Winger, 28. Let's not age him up.
There's another 31-year-old,
I was just like, that doesn't sound right on
Sorry
Dewey.
about that.
That's
there is another 31-year-old on the team.
There are not too many of them.
No, there's three. I think there's three of them, and I think Murray's one of them, and then Armstead's another, and there's one other. I don't know. I got to look it up. We'll figure it out. What, you looking at me like I'm a ghost?
I'm just waiting for you to say a name so I can fact check you.
Well, we'll check it out. I'll look on the roster. There's somebody out there who could do it. But anyway, my point is, why aren't you out there? It doesn't make any. If you're hurt, that's one thing, but it doesn't appear that he's hurt. So I don't know what's going on there. So again, we don't. I don't know. It feels a little. I don't know. He's getting this treatment that I don't know why he's getting it. He's been a great player. I know that, but. Since he's been here, he hasn't been great. You know what I mean? You can't rest on your laurels from what you did in San Fran. Like, let's go. Your team needs you out there and get that chemistry going, get that feel going. So maybe next week, maybe tonight he gets in there. I don't know. Or maybe next week they start. It just seems odd that you're waiting this. It's been over a week now,
right?
And you're not. You're doing individual. You're in your uniform.
Yeah, no, I got you.
But then you're not doing any team. That just. Seems strange.
Emmanuel Ogba.
There you go. Ogba. That's what I meant.
That makes sense.
Thank you, Tone.
That makes sense. He's been around the block.
So there you go. The 331s. They're out there.
Let's get a couple of thoughts in here before we hit the break. Brian Thomas Jr., then we'll get to Travis Etienne, Trayvon Walker coming up. And look, we heard a little bit from BTJ. We played some of his thoughts yesterday about his game and his training camp. He's going to get asked about Travis Hunter. Everyone's going to get asked about Travis Hunter. And, yesterday was no exception. Where has Hunter grown the most? Where has he improved the most through the eyes of BTJ since he's gotten to Jacksonville?
Where I think he's grown the most, just probably learning the playbook wise, just being able to go out there and execute the plays and knowing the ins and outs. By just being in this playbook, learning the playbook, knowing what he have, not having to just second guess himself or think twice about what he got. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing.
How much of an advantage, Tom? I heard the guys on the drill this morning talking about it. Like, if they call out a play, Travis Hunter knows exactly what that play is, right? Because he's in the offensive meet, right? So he breaks on the ball,
right?
And how much of a benefit is he getting for knowing that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
the answer.
I mean, I never even thought about that, but yeah, you'd imagine he would probably recognize some things. Now he did. I don't know. I didn't get to see it on film, but I know Parker got open on him. I think he just. I don't know if it was a zone, he let him go or whatever, but there was a nice throw. And Trev looking off the safety was nice. He did that a couple times.
Guess what? People are going to make plays on Travis Hunter. It's going to happen.
Yeah, but I never thought about that. He's like, I know that play.
Right. So he's going to the tight end or the slot receiver. I'll jump the route. I don't know.
No, right. That's interesting. Yeah, because I was like, he's unbelievable. And he's sitting there going, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
One more here from Brian Thomas Jr., who we've talked here a little bit in this segment about. Trevor Lawrence appears to be picking up the new offense, right? And progressing in that side of it from the quarterback perspective. And obviously it does feel like with what we've seen Liam Cohen do with what happened with the Bucs, that there is a big, prize at the end of this. For if you can pick up this offense, it can be beneficial, especially to Trevor Lawrence here. But Brian Thomas Jr. was asked about how the offense could benefit him as well.
I would say it's like just having a lot of different routes, being able to run different things, being able to run the full route tree, doing like little things, whether it's playing inside, outside, and just being able to like expand my route tree, just being able to continuously expand it and run different routes. I would say that's probably the biggest thing for me. And having guys like Travis and De'Ami, Parker, all those guys on the other side just helps out a lot too.
Well, look, one of the things with Brian Thomas Jr. when he came out of school was, can he run more than a slant and a go route, right? And just because you're not asked to do something doesn't mean you're not capable of it. And obviously, you get more coaching and you're going to get better at those kind of things. I interviewed Jonathan Taylor when he was coming out of Wisconsin. And I'm like, are you a good receiver out of the backfield? He's like, look, man, just because Wisconsin doesn't throw the ball to the back, I've got great hands, and that showed.
They're doing what's good for Wisconsin.
Right, they're doing they do and what they think they need to do to put themselves in the best position to win. It's like, I hear Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby's not a good receiver. Well, they haven't used him like that. At Auburn, he caught the ball fine. I don't think he's going to be Christian McCaffrey out there, but I think Tank Bigsby, we see it every day in practice. He's quite capable of catching a little swing pass or a little quick hitter out of the backfield as a check down from Trevor Lawrence. It's not that complicated, Most guys can. They're great athletes.
They're great athletes. Yeah, I think the two that stand out as far as what you need is that pass blocking and holding on to the ball. Most of them are great athletes. They can run.
Those are the two things that'll get you benched quicker than anything.
But can they pick up the blitz and can they hold on to the rock?
Boy, do they rave about LaQuint Allen.
I've been watching him, man. He's fun.
Physical.
He's not afraid of anything.
Every time he's on the field, somebody's going to get hit. And he's not the biggest guy in the world either, but he's got a great mindset. He's tenacious. And he's very strong in blitz pickup.
Let me tell you something. I was, again, standing in the end zone, and there were a couple plays. Guys did not want to meet him in the hole. They kind of shied away from it. Now, it wasn't full speed.
Interesting.
And by the way, one guy that did, I tweeted about it because it was so incredible. It happened like 5 feet in front of me. It's awesome, maybe 10 feet. Ventrell Miller comes flying in like a missile to drill LaQuint Allen, and Allen trucked him. I mean, ran right through. Now, granted, Ventrell left his feet, and when you leave your feet and the other guy's got his feet on the ground,
leverage on you.
You got to keep those feet, but he ran right through it. He's been really impressive.
All right, let's come back. Let's hear from Travis Etienne, who Joe Coward caught up with yesterday. Hayes is with Trayvon Walker, so we'll hear a little of that as well as we make our way through this Friday edition with the Jaguars in what do we call it? In-stadium scrimmage?
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
go with that.
Yeah,
Coming up later on this evening, Mike Dempsey, Tom McManus, Tony Smith, Dylan Denmark, all here with you. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Look, I've been telling you, football season's right around the corner. All right, it's going to be time for tailgating, hosting parties at the house, college football on Saturdays. All that involves what? Food. Delicious food from Dandy. I was surprised to learn that aside from making great-tasting grab-and-go sandwiches, Dandy's also going to deliver to your door tailgate subs, party trays, all kinds of stuff perfect for snacking on while you watch a game. Now, it took me 10 years to realize this with Dandy, so we put the call out yesterday, and I'm told we got a big party sub that is waiting for us as soon as I'm done with this commercial, as a matter of fact, with Black Forest ham and smoked turkey and provolone and all the fixings. You get it the way you like it. Dandy will serve it up, and it'll just be one more thing you don't have to worry about on game day. Dandy's been serving fantastic food to all of Duval County for nearly 70 years. So when you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Get loose in the corner and tight on the straightaway.
That two-car was all over the place.
Sunday at Iowa Speedway.
What'll we do?
Powered by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. From the station with the most horsepower, 1010XL.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
When your plumbing backs up, your septic's acting shady, or your AC quits on a 95-degree day, who are you going to call? Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Don't take just our word for it. Here's what real customers are saying about their experience with our company.
Megan in the office was so helpful and polite. Scheduling was easy, and the tech showed up right on time.
From plumbing and septic to air conditioning, we do it all. Call 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckrooter.com. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Tomorrow only, get cash for your precious metals, gold, silver, watches, and jewelry. Everything gets a look. Stop by the Roadshow USA buying event at the Spring Hill Suites on Bay Meadows Road. Mention 1010XL and get 20% extra.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. And if your dream is to create that space where you're living large in your backyard, then you need to get with the good people at CSS. They put a gas log in our fireplace, an awesome fire pit out back where the kids can toast s'mores and we can just hang out and watch the game. It's all part of your outdoor living experience with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
In late July, Florida's unforgiving heat beats down on the practice field. Every time something you need to know happens at training camp, you'll hear about it on 1010XL. Covered by Green Acres Sporting Goods and Roland Reach Plumbing.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
What is 1010XL's Jeff Prosser's favorite movie?
The answer next.
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Believe it or not, Jeff Prosser's favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey, Hickett here. Think you got the ugliest garage floor on the First Coast? Your garage a crack-stained, hot mess? Hold on to your squeegee. Checkmate Coatings is hunting for the worst garage floor out there. And the winner gets a free garage coating makeover. Whoa! Take 10 seconds. Snap a pic of that garage eyesore. Register at checkmatecoatings.com/contests for a chance to win a free floor coating. It's easy. Just snap a quick pic and enter for a chance to win at checkmatecoatings.com/contest. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. Clayton, I know you're the head diamond buyer at Underwoods, and you travel to the markets to buy diamonds. Why don't you just look at an emailed list and have them send you the diamond?
Frank, there are a couple of reasons we go straight to the source when we're selecting the diamonds we want to put the Underwood name on. First, as an expert diamond buyer, I have to see a diamond before I can really judge its beauty versus the price it's being offered at. Second, when we're at the source, we have huge selections to choose our diamonds from, so we don't have to compromise the Underwood quality standard. The result is we control what goes into our diamond stock instead of allowing a diamond dealer to send us what he wants us to have. The bottom line is we're able to offer our customers carefully selected, beautiful diamonds that we're proud to have carry the Underwood name.
Underwoods, serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
You know, Tommy, sometimes whining works. Like, I do it all the time. People are like, well, I can't believe you're always begging your sponsors to give you free stuff. If you can't beg your sponsors to give you free stuff, who can you beg?
That's right.
Dandy hooking us up today, by the way.
Man.
You know, I mentioned this week you can get tailgate subs. They're fantastic. Tony hasn't had a bite yet.
Not yet.
I should have got triple tomatoes for you, Tony, but this is my sub, my way. You can order all the tomatoes you want when you get one. But dandyfoods.com if you want to order for game day.
That's excellent. Listen, I love sandwiches. That's a good sandwich.
I'm ready for a nap.
I'm going to have some more.
I'm ready for a nap.
The sales team better get their grub on because I'm coming for seconds.
The sales team's got their own.
Oh, they do.
Okay,
All right, never mind.
I hope
Don't
they
touch
understand. Right? Like we special ordered what we wanted.
You're right.
They got a delicious Italian.
That's right.
We got what we got.
Okay.
And we're good. So anyway,
good
I
one.
always appreciate that. There's a grab you a tumbler there too, Tony. We got hats. We got all kinds of good stuff. They brought us swag today.
I
So
thought you were pointing at a fly on his
we're
sandwich.
very happy. There's no fly on your sandwich, Tommy.
Fly don't bother me.
All right, let's get back to the Jags from the week that was. I thought Travis Etienne looked really good in the two padded practices in particular.
Yeah.
I'm told not that he was necessarily, like not a hard worker, but that his work ethic this offseason he's taken to a higher level. Like he lived in the weight room. You could tell he does look a little bit more solid. And you're never going to mistake him for Michael Pittman Sr. Remember that guy back in the day?
Yeah.
But he does look a little bit more solid.
Yeah.
And look, you know what happens, Tom. You're a vet. Your fifth-year option got picked up, but you don't have an extension.
Yep.
They drafted two guys at your position. The guy you played with last year outproduced you.
Yep.
I mean, there's plenty of things you can point to, say the writing's on the wall that Travis Etienne needs to make this the best season of his career.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he's shown some real good explosiveness early on, and he's running all the way pretty much to the end zone. He's finishing his runs. I'll tell you what's been really fun to watch, and I'm glad they're doing it, is him running routes either from the slot or from out of the backfield and Trevor deliver him the ball. Because him in the open field, that's his game. Like, if he can get in the open field, that's where Travis Etienne can really shine. So I think he's had a great camp. And you got to love the fight, because you're like, he's not giving up without a fight. You know, he knows what the deal is. He knows production's been down. He knows who they drafted. But you go either one way or the other, right? You can either be like, oh, you know, sorry for yourself, or come back with a vengeance. I think he's come back with quite the vengeance.
And I don't think at this position, Tony, that it's lip service. They keep saying competition. No. We know who the quarterback is, right? We know who the defensive ends are. You can say competition,
but they don't even give that lip service in those spots.
No,
right.
Like but this one, like, I'm told continually by people with the team that don't assume anything. Now, there has to be a pecking order at the moment, because Bigsby gets the first carry pretty much every practice.
Does, yep.
But Etienne is like, if they're 1A, 1B, it's like that, right? It's like they're almost interchangeable. Yesterday, it was like carry for Bigsby, pass to Etienne, carry for Bigsby were the first 3 plays in the team period. So, you know, I don't know how much tonight will factor in, but I think those the first 2 preseason games in particular are going to tell a lot about the running back rotation for this football team.
Well, and I know, Tommy, this is something we've talked about, why the change needed to happen. Right, like after the 2024 season, even before Balky had been let go, when they were talking about letting go of Peterson, it needs to happen. It has to happen. Everyone needs to go. And part of it was exactly what we're talking about with Etienne. Etienne has a bunch of reasons for this to have happened this offseason, and we can talk about all those, but he's not alone. And being among the players that seems to have gotten the message that the competition in the building just needs to be higher. Right? Like, and it's not something that it felt like their feet were being held to the fire here for the last year and a half inside the building, and it needs to be there. The accountability has to start in the locker room. It feels like they've set up a system where that's being allowed to happen, where the guys are holding one another to whatever they need to be held to so they can be as good as they can be. Etienne's an example of it. Mason Smith, despite the injury, we heard the exact same kind of things about him. Had a great offseason. Like, all these different things. That's the kind of stuff we're hearing about a bunch of different players in the locker room right now. It's not something we've heard the last 2 years.
Well, it feels like they're not going to accept excuses at all. You know, they're not going to accept mental errors, missed assignments, being out of position, running the wrong routes, because that's all just your attitude, right? That's your will. It's got nothing to do with athletic ability. You know what I mean? So I think that's what they're holding their feet to the fire. And you can see, look, I'll tell you what, I know I said the wide receivers seem like they kind of gained momentum the past couple of days, but our defensive secondary's come out with an edge, man. They've been contesting a ton of balls. They've been doing a good job overall. And you can see the chippiness out of them, right? And then the running backs, you can see, like, these guys are fighting. By the way, you mentioned Allen Jr., who's very impressive. And I know I don't know how he makes a team, but this Trey Jackson, I'm telling you, nobody's going to want to tackle this guy in the preseason, the rookie out of Arkansas. He is absolutely massive. Did I mess up his name? I thought I got it right.
What did you go with?
DeAndre, right?
It's Jackson. Isn't it Jaquindon Jackson?
Jaquindon, I'm sorry. Jaquindon Jackson.
I was like, let him roll. He's on a roll.
Sorry, no, he's a bruiser. He's an absolute bruiser, and I'm looking forward to seeing him. We'll see about the scrimmage tonight, but I won't guarantee it, but I bet you that he is, number 38, is one of the stars of the preseason.
He will pop, right?
He'll pop,
because he's
going to run all
physical.
over third stringers, trust me.
He's very physical. He's probably not going to run away from you. I don't know, the depth chart math game at that position is very tough for him, but he has been impressive in the opportunities he's had. Let's hear from Travis Etienne. Joe Coward spoke with him after practice yesterday, and Etienne said that Cohen's play calling, he feels, plays into what the different strengths are of each of the running backs.
A guy like me, man, you go out there and you just do whatever coach calls. You can't get into what's going on, but I feel like Coach Cohen has a better feel of what the guys are good at, and he's out there putting us in place to make plays, and that's what makes us special, because he plays to our strengths and better than our weaknesses.
You know, he has been more willing to kind of push it up between the tackles a little bit, it looks like, in this training camp, but it's clear, like, I see Bigsby running a ton between the tackles. I see Etienne catching a lot of balls in the flat, right? Yeah. When you talk about playing to these guys' strengths. And I think they're going to, presuming that the top 4 guys right now are all on this team. I think you're going to see a lot of those roles be played out in the early part of the season.
Yeah, I think so too. And listen, Etienne's got it up, humped it up in the middle a couple times, so he's obviously capable. We've seen that. I want to see him more outside. That outside zone run is like his bread and butter. I want to see more of that, but yeah, he's been good. Bigsby's been good too. They're both very impressive so far.
Contract year, as we've discussed for Etienne. He was also asked by Joe C. what his personal goals are going into 2025.
Just show up each and every Sunday, ready to be my best self for the team, whatever it do to take to get a win. Don't worry about the stats. That's going to take care of itself. As long as we leave a W and not go out there and play team ball, I feel pretty good about everything taking care of itself.
Well, let's hope so,
Don't fumble in the first game.
Don't do that. It's the only fumble of the year.
I know.
But it's such, it was a crippler. You can't
Shouldn't have been, but it was.
It was, right?
I know.
You shouldn't, because even with the next play,
right,
you're still winning the football game.
Right.
And they weren't mentally tough enough to overcome that. It was like a 1-2, bam, and you're down on the mat, but you're leading the game.
Right.
So go out there and finish it off.
Right.
And they couldn't do it.
No, they could not.
So it looks like, at least for the primary early down guys so far, it's been a battle between Etienne and Bigsby. We'll see how Tootin factors in. He missed a day or two
with his injury.
But they're hopeful that he's full go tonight. And he did do some team stuff yesterday. So hopefully we'll get to see Tootin tonight. But Etienne just asked to weigh in on the competition between himself and Tank Bigsby.
Honestly, it's just competing with yourself. I feel like for me, the great thing is I don't have to do nothing but be my best self each and every day. If I come here and compete with Travis Etienne, I'm going to go out there and be the best version of me, and that's all I can ask for at the end of the day, and we're going to see whatever there's in store.
That is what he can control, but like you've competed, right? For playing time, starting spots at various levels.
Absolutely.
You're watching what the other guy's doing, aren't you? Are you kind of keeping mental tally of where things stand?
But listen, I think Etienne's also, this is his fighting for his football life, right? So if it doesn't work out here, he's, he wants to make sure that, hey, man, I'm
Somebody
ready.
gives him.
Somebody will be, how's he looking? He looks really good. Well, maybe we want him. Maybe we need him. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just saying, he knows, he's smart enough to know, look, this is a new regime. I've got every chance to make it, but who knows what can happen. So I better, turn things around, make sure that I'm in the best shape and ready to go and show myself, because somebody may come knocking.
Jags, after waiving Reese Zamet, the rugby player, decided he's going to go. He's still young. He's still in his mid-20s. He seemed like he's always nicked up, right? Here, but anyway, he's going to go play rugby.
Okay,
wish him the best.
Yeah.
But they signed apparently Ricky Lee, who's an offensive lineman, probably in reaction to Cole Van Lanen being out for the preseason.
That's right.
Now, you need a little bit more depth on that offensive line. As Baselli put it to me, when it comes to Cole Van Lanen, what does he do well? He blocks his man. You look at him and you're like, he's not pancaking guys, he's not pile driving guys, he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest, but somehow he seems to be in between himself and the quarterback. Or he gets his man effectively walled off in the run game, whatever the case may be. And again, a guy who graded out very well from Pro Football Focus for his play in the preseason last year, Cole Van Lanen.
Yeah.
So hopefully for him, he's back soon enough to have a realistic chance of being included on that 53-man opening day roster.
Yeah, they gave him the highest tag they could, right, or whatever it's called.
They gave him, I think, the original round tender.
The tender,
is
right,
what it was. Yeah, like a sixth-round tender is what it was.
Well, he's the one they kept that wasn't considered a starter.
They weren't going to let him go for nothing.
No, right.
Put it that way. All right, we got to take a time out here. Let's come back. We'll hear from Trayvon Walker. Some from offense coordinator Grant Yudinsky, and continue to monitor your thoughts on the question of the day. Darnell Savage leading the way so far. Which safety will start the most games other than Eric Murray for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Antonio Johnson, Caleb Ransa, Savage, or Dewey Winger? You can vote at MD_1010XL on the Twitter machine. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
What the hell's going on out here?
Where passion and fundamentals meet.
What we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, visit AA Automotive on Richard Street. For oil changes to complex repairs, AA Automotive is a full-service repair shop for personal and commercial fleet vehicles. Trust AA to keep your ride running A-OK.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Make a statement this summer with luxury. Experience the art of progress at Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville. Choose the sleek and powerful G70 or the versatile and refined GV80 SUV that's designed to elevate your journey. Enjoy exclusive summer offers and flexible financing. Showroom on Atlantic Boulevard or learn more at genesisofnortheastjacksonville.com for all life's journeys. Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is here. Welcome to the family. Offer subject to change. See dealer for details.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true. Quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL local sports update brought to you by Kuhn Flowers. Tonight, the Jaguars will be hosting a scrimmage in Everbank Stadium at 7 p.m., airing right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM and 1010 AM. Parking lots will open up at 3:30 with complimentary general parking available upon registration for lots B, C, D, E, J, S, and X. Due to construction at the stadium, only Gate 1 and Gate 4 will be open for entry, beginning at 4:30 with kickoff at 7. Just like that, the Jumbo Shrimp are halfway to a sweep as a 5-3 victory over the Columbus Clippers last night puts them up 3-0 in the series. The Shrimp will return to ViStar Ballpark tonight for Game 4, going with lefty Matthew Snelling on the mound for a 7:05 start as they look to make it 4 wins in a row. It's 88 degrees at 10:57. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
Everybody hurrying up to chew, swallow, and wash it down right there.
Man.
On the break, McManus
What
went
a
back
sandwich.
for seconds right there. It really is pretty damn good.
Goodness.
So hook yourselves up at dannyfoods.com. And the swag, too. I love it. I've been begging for swag. I like free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff?
No.
You know?
I love swag.
That's just kind of the way it goes.
That's right.
You know, we're talking about that this morning. I always found over the years, the more a player made, the more they expected free stuff. I don't know if you had that experience or not, but I really, it's an interesting dynamic.
It is, yeah.
I guess they probably, they get treated, you're a certain caliber athlete. You get, I don't know, coddled, but treated a certain way your whole life, and you just come to expect, well, people are just looking to give me things. Well,
yeah.
You could afford more than just about anybody.
Yeah.
So
Why wouldn't the steak be free?
yes, why wouldn't this be free? I'm eating at your establishment.
I never understood that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just seems
And it's not every play. It just seems
but
it's
once in a while,
every once in a while,
guy be like,
huh.
what? I'd have to pay for my meal? Like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, like the rest of the
about
world. Like the rest of the entire world.
Don't throw 4 picks next time. Maybe we'll give you a free Sunday.
I wanted to throw this out there. Look, I don't know how important stats are for these practices, right? But like, I'll give credit to the people who can track them.
Okay.
Because I can't keep up with,
Right.
like I don't have the bandwidth, and I'm not out there for every team period. But Jordan DeLugo with Generation Jaguar,
Jordan's great. Yep.
has through 7 training camp practices. I don't know if you've seen the numbers for Trevor Lawrence. 75 for 115. I don't know what that was. It's something in the 60s, right? I'm guessing. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception with 5 drops. So if those drops are caught, you're 80 for 115, 10-1. I love the 10-1 touchdown interception ratio. That's that's not realistic. You know what Lamar Jackson did last year? Touchdown interception. Well, how many touchdowns, how many interceptions for Lamar Jackson?
I think it was like 39-6, something like that.
No, it was less than 6.
41-4.
Yeah.
41-4.
41-4.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Right? And we're all like, hey,
Close.
give me 2-1. Give me 2-1. Give me 10-1. How about that? That was unbelievable.
Well, here's the thing, and it is great. Jordan does a great job, but some of those throws that are caught, you don't know if he gets hit or not. I mean, because
absolutely.
There's plays where he would have been
There's plays where he never would have gotten rid of the ball.
Would have never had a chance to get the ball because they let him throw.
You can't.
I'd
rather just go on the raw numbers, right? And just say, okay, well, this is what he did, and maybe a couple of those would have been this or whatever the case may be.
The way the end's been rushing have been more than a couple.
Well, maybe so, right?
They've been in the backfield a lot.
As you said, and I heard, Serse has been harping on this, that Walker Little's, he thinks is struggling, I believe, is fair to say.
He's having a really tough time blocking Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines.
Well, if he didn't have a tough time blocking those guys, wouldn't that be odd too? Like, you know what I mean?
I just would like him to win half.
Win his share of the reps.
Yeah, he's not winning. And it just seems odd. Like, here's a guy that's been playing football for a long time, right? And Trayvon's been beating him with this inside power move. And he just kind of absorbs it every time. And you're not going to stop the guy. You got to force versus force. The only way you're going to stop that is by trying to stop him. But he just lets him get into his body, and the next thing you know, he's in the backfield, and he's wreaking havoc.
Mm-hmm.
So you just would like him to win a couple of those. Like, eventually figure it out. He's beating you inside. Make sure you secure the inside and make him go around you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Who's pushing him, do you think? Because, I feel like Fred Johnson is receded to the background, in training camp. Chuma Edoga is getting praise every time I talk to anybody about how the offensive line is doing, but he's playing primarily right now at right guard because of the absence of Patrick McCarry. So who is really there to push Walker Little?
Nobody. But I think Edoga should get a shot at seeing what he can do at left tackle.
I think he might.
Because he's been playing right a little bit, right guard, right tackle.
And he's never played guard. And he,
I think he needs to.
That is kind of interesting. He's playing left tackle and right guard, but really now he's almost been exclusively right guard for.
Well, he was playing
week.
right tackle too earlier on. Remember him and
but
and
right now,
moving around.
Right now,
it's
where
the right
focus
guard,
is. Right guard and left tackle.
Well,
Those
look,
are the two
here's
primary
the
slots.
thing, and you're going to try it eventually, right? You drafted Wyatt Milam for a reason. If McCarry's out, Milam guard. Adoga out to left tackle and see what he has.
It's possible.
I mean, I think you just got to at least take a look at it because I don't know who's coming. What if Walker's just the way he's been, which is just okay? What if he struggles? Like, what are you going to do? Like, who are you going to? Fred, I don't know. Fred hasn't really. I don't feel like anybody that has played left tackle for the Jags in this camp is better than Walker. And Walker's struggling. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Right. It's not like they have this alternative that you're
I don't know who you go to. You
Right.
know? And Van Lanen's
And maybe it would be a Doga, but we're not seeing him play there that much because of the necessity to move over to guard. I mean, it's good that they had the versatility, and I think they prioritize that in their offensive lineman this offseason. Like McCarry can play anywhere.
Right.
You know?
And look, it's still early enough to where you don't panic, but you might want to just see what somebody else can do at that left tackle position, and then really put the pressure on and say, okay.
I'd be curious to sit in. Those are probably the film sessions I'd want to sit in on the most because I'd learn the most. Just watching the offensive line coach go through and grading these guys and what he should have done here and why he didn't do it, and then hearing him respond to what was going through his mind as that was going on, because it happened so quick. But you got to have a plan, right?
I think a lot of it with Walker's technique. I don't think it's anything else. I think his attitude's fine. I'd like to see him a little bit more grittier, but it's all technique. I was standing next to Leon. This was earlier in camp, and Trayvon bull rushed him right to the quarterback. And he has a chance, Walker Little that is, to sink his hips, drop the anchor, put the feet in the ground, and extend. They measure your arms for what reason? To keep the guy off of you, not to let him come in. It's to keep him off. But he didn't do it. It ended up being a sack. And Leon's going, man, I don't know why he just doesn't sit down and anchor. The guy, once you do that, he's not just going to run you over. When they run you over is when they get into your chest. Tony could run up on me and get into my chest and run me like I'd be on my heels. There's no way to defend. I don't care how big you are. It's not going to matter. You're not in a position of strength. So I just wonder, and then I get back to the being beat inside. Okay, I can see you getting beat a couple times, and then being like, okay, I'm not going to get. I got to do something different. Now it's not every play, so I don't want to put that out there like it's every play, but it's noticeable that he's having trouble blocking Trayvon Walker, especially Trayvon Walker. So again, it's still early in the process, but at the same time, where are you going to go if it doesn't work out? If he can't hold down the fort like you need him to, where are you going to go?
I mean, we know who the options are. I don't know what the best one is at the moment.
Well, and I don't know how much they're willing to. I think when they get McCarry back on the field and he's really ready to go again, that they'll start really expanding some of the options with some of these guys because they'll figure out where they want him to be, right, in the puzzle. And then it's like, well, though you can go to the outside now, go left.
Yeah.
Right? I think you can do a little bit more of that once you're comfortable again with what's happening at guard.
Yeah.
At one of those guard spots when McCarry is back on the field, that seems to, I think there is a potential for that hope opening up the possibilities for someone getting out there on the left side to push Walker Little a little bit more than he's been pushed to this point.
Well, and and I know Adoga's Truman's a veteran, so you go with him first, but you did draft Wyatt for a reason.
Yeah.
So let's see him at guard with the first team if McCarry's still out, and then let's see what we do. Listen, and for the record, it's nothing to do with one-on-ones when I talk about Trayvon and Walker Little. All these
in a
team.
Yeah.
Everyone I'm talking about, he's getting beat inside, or the one I was talking about with Leon, weren't one-on-one things. That was in 11-on-11 as fast, as full speed as they can be.
How has he done in the one-on-ones you've watched?
It's about 50-50, I think. He'll win a couple, but he gets beat. They both in the one-on-ones. Early in the week, Josh Hines-Allen, ragdolled Anton. just got into him and whipped him down to the ground and then just strolled to the QB, and you're like, whoa. That's great to see from Josh Hines Allen, but I don't want to see my right tackle being thrown around
I know the conversation about Wyatt Milam this whole time has been at guard, right? Is there any chance he could play tackle? That's what he played in college.
It's worth a try, and that's when you start trying, right? And when you experiment and just see,
That's a lot to put on a rookie who the entire offseason
seemed to be,
played him at one position.
Yeah.
But from all indications, Ezra Cleveland's having a pretty good camp.
He is having a good camp.
Wyatt Milam may not have a clear path to getting on the field very early.
My opinion, he's the starting left guard, Ezra.
Yep. Yeah. I knew you liked that kind of going. I thought you were probably higher on Ezra than a lot.
I thought he played pretty tough towards the end of the season, last 3 games. I thought he really stood out and was pretty aggressive and physical and knocking guys down. And, I think he's answered the bell, because he heard it too, didn't he? Why am I? He's coming to take over. No one's going to touch the quarterback and all that stuff. And then he's like, no, I'm going to show you I'm the guy.
All right, coming up, we'll hear from Trayvon Walker shortly, but Tony Smith going to take us around the NFL.
Now, Gems Around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Washington wide receiver Terry McLaurin has requested a trade from the team. Indianapolis has signed former Jaguars cornerback Trey Herndon. Seattle left tackle Charles Cross underwent surgery to repair a dislocated finger. He is expected to be ready for the start of the season. Chicago head coach Ben Johnson said on Thursday that cornerback Jalen Johnson, who remains on the team's non-football injury list, still does not have a clear timetable for his return, but he did say that they do believe there's a chance that he will be ready to go for week 1 of the regular season. Tampa Bay quarterback Baker Mayfield is day-to-day with a hand contusion. Arizona held wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. out of practice yesterday with what they called knee soreness. The injury is not considered to be anything serious. Atlanta rookie defensive end Jalen Walker missed his 3rd straight training camp practice on Thursday with what head coach Raheem Morris called a very minor hamstring injury. Buffalo offensive lineman Oleg Anderson is being called week to week after undergoing a knee scope operation. Green Bay running back Marshawn Lloyd is expected to miss the rest of this week at least due to a groin injury that he's dealing with. In New England has activated wide receiver Mac Hollins off of their PUP list.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin is not going to send a Christmas card to Cortland Sutton. They're basically the same age, and Sutton signed for $23 million a year on average. The word is that McLaurin thinks he should get more than DK Metcalf, which is around 33 and a half. Okay, and that Washington, from what I understand, looking at just what some of the reporters are saying, it's more than that. Now we'll give you maybe 28.
Okay,
that, and that's the ceiling. And at Washington has been adamant that they're not going to trade him.
Right.
It's interesting because people say, well, guys won't miss game checks. Well, Hassan Reddick did.
Yeah, he did.
Hassan Reddick basically threw away a year, and some guys do. If you feel like if you're McLaurin, you go, well, if I cave now, I'm not going to get a new deal potentially, and then they'll just franchise tag me. Of course, that'd be a raise over what he's making now, but it's not the long-term,
big
massive
money.
Guaranteed money that he's looking for. It's tough, though, because, you feel like there's some degree of leverage in his camp because otherwise you got what does Debo have?
Right.
Is he your number one?
No.
For a team that sees themselves as a Super Bowl contender?
Got a second-year QB who likes, throwing to Terry. You know what I mean? Like, I would want to.
Their window is open.
Figure it out. Yeah, look, I don't know about DK Metcalf money, but on his team, he probably feels like, hey, I'm just as good as DK Metcalf.
I'm sure he does, but he's older than DK Metcalf by several years. That's a big part of it. Yep. And
take the money and run, man. 20, you'll be good.
That's what like Sutton's like. Look, 23 is plenty.
Yeah.
He goes, now we've got a little bit more money to build a better team around us.
I could see McLaurin wanting more than 23. Like saying, hey, man, I should get a little more than that. They're willing to come up.
It's their prerogative to want whatever they want and fight for whatever they want. But I don't think that contract did him any big favors.
No, right.
For sure. And I don't think of Terry McLaurin as deserving of one of those mid $30 million a year contracts at his age. He's a good player.
He is very good. He's very good on their team, especially. You know what I mean? Which means something. There's value.
Sure. And he hasn't, with the exception of Jaden Daniels, he's played with some pretty bad quarterbacks in his time.
Correct.
And he still put up numbers, but, hey, it's not our concern. We don't have to worry about it.
We're good at
We don't have that going on right now. Maybe eventually down the road. All right, we'll come back. We'll hear from Trayvon Walker. Hayes Carline had a chance to catch up with him after practice yesterday. Grant Udinsky as well, Jaguars offensive coordinator. All that and more coming your way. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. In your car or out of your car.
Get me out of this car.
Take 1010XL with you wherever you go.
We're online and ready.
By downloading our free 1010XL app. Available for all smartphones and tablets.
Jags fans, a new Everbank Performance account could be your ticket to London this October. The Everbank London Getaway Experience. One lucky winner and a guest get round-trip airfare, hotel accommodations, and tickets to see the Jags play in London. Everbank.com/London for official rules. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Everbank London Getaway sweeps entry period 7/28/25 to 9/5/25. Enter and get official rules and details at everbank.com/London.
Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Circa Resort and Casino has 2 epic pro football contests, Circa Million and Circa Survivor. Circa Million, pick 5 games weekly against the spread for $1 million grand prize. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no spread. Last one standing wins $15 million. Enter at any Circa in Nevada, play anywhere. Sign up for either and get 50% off a 2-night stay. Helmets and Heels will be live from Circa in Vegas on August 22nd. Full contest details at circasports.com and the 1010XL homepage.
Who says there's no free lunch? Join me, Hicken, and Jaguar and Gator legend Fred Taylor for free food and football talk Friday, August 8th at Alhambra Theater. When you hear this...
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
Be caller 28 to win a pair of tickets to a free lunch with Fred. Doors open at 11. Jags talk, Gators talk, football talk, including a 1-hour Q&A with Freddie T. And we're buying you lunch. Stay tuned for this sound.
Bye-bye! Brock Marionville chasing a 90-yard run.
To win your tickets, courtesy of Jenkins Hyundai and Genesis of Jacksonville on Atlantic.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
When the heat is on and we need a show we really care, do it with a full arrangement from Kuhn Flowers. This is Dylan Denmark. Let's make their day better than yesterday. Online at KuhnFlowers.com since 1947.
After 3 years, the Hacker Fantasy League is back here in 2025. Thursday night, August the 21st at Twin Peaks on Atlantic and Kernan, the HFL is back. Be listening to Hacker After Dark for your chance to enter.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's hurricane season. Protect your home with 904 Gutters with a Z. That's right. Z as in zone defense for your home. Water damage hits hard. 904 Gutters with a Z hits back harder. Search 904 Gutters with a Z and make the right call. Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. You're on-road, you're off-road, now you're on the water. Greg, tell everybody what Coach and Honda is offering in the form of boats.
We've got the Honda boat, which is a great runabout fisherman. We've got the Coach boats. They're fantastic for getting out with a family. Nice lay-down beds, all with that legendary Honda motor on them.
Check them all out. They're waiting for you. You can see how you can be on the water with Honda or with Coach pontoon boats. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. He's number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, 1010XL, Jaguars Today, rolling along. Of course, you can attend the scrimmage tonight. Don't forget, you'll have to have pre-registered for your tickets and all that stuff. 7 o'clock is when the actual mock game will take place, but the stadium will open at 5, I believe, and there's going to be all kinds of stuff going on. So, just a lot of people just want to go and
get a feel,
be in that stadium for the first time since the end of last season, and hopefully, lay the groundwork for some W's this year.
We actually, on Wednesday, when we saw Shania Twain, there's a little rain delay, so we walked out to where you can sit on the field. It was pretty cool, right in the end zone there.
Yeah, the little corner.
Yeah, it was right behind the goalpost in the middle. They had little tables set up out there.
They?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Just kind of took some pictures with the family. And
I know they've had that little bleacher in the corner down there before.
I'm talking where the stadium opens up in the middle of the you're talking
about out off the field.
Yeah, on the end zone, off the field on the end zone. South end zone.
On the grass.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Off the field.
There's a wall between us and the grass.
Gotcha.
Right on the wall.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just the seating. I'm talking about the on-field.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Seating
in the corner.
Yeah.
Right. See, it all comes together.
Well, that's a lot of people. I mean, again, we think nothing of it. We're going to go down there and stand on the sideline and watch the whatever. For people to actually be on that grass, and be able to sit there in that kind of proximity, that's a huge deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. I don't knock that, man. It's those kind of people that make a sports radio station go.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? You gotta love the diehards.
We were down there, man. We loved it. So we're diehard radio people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Barring playoff runs, they're only down there to play games 20 more times, right? That's including preseason. They're not down there all that much longer to be playing in that stadium. So for the fans, and again, you said,
it's going to still be the same grass.
Right. But it's one of those things where we do have fans that they can't afford to go right to the games. This is free.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
For whatever reason they haven't been able to go.
This is the reason you get to go in the stadium, see your team on the field.
All right. So not tonight, but we have a 4-pack of tickets for next Saturday's preseason opener versus Pittsburgh on August 9th. And so let's see. Let me go with caller 7.
Lucky 7.
We'll take 7 at 641-1010. And Dylan Denmark will regulate on who gets a 4-pack, and you don't have to come pick them up or anything. Everything's electronic nowadays, so
that's right. It's nice too.
We'll be able to send them right to you, and if you've got a Ticketmaster account, if you don't, you can just create one for free and manage your tickets that way. I feel like everybody knows that now, but I'm an old guy who's just, I feel like I still have to mentally go through the steps of this every single time I personally do it.
Yeah.
So anyway, caller 7 at 641-1010 if you want that 4-pack of tickets to go see the Jags and the Steelers go at it. We got Trayvon Walker moments away. We got Fan Cam on the line, just waking up from his extended chili nap, I think, from last week. Cam, good to talk to you. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. It does take a few days to recover from that, baby. But I hope you guys enjoyed your chili, and I just wanted to call and thank all you guys for coming out, and appreciate it very much.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was very, very abrupt
That
and
was
to the point.
wild.
That was,
like a lightning strike.
I don't know what happened right there. I hope that
We wish him well.
Someone check on Fan Cam. We do wish him well.
That's right.
And we'll see you at the next, the 31st annual habanero chili breakfast. Now, the chili was fantastic.
It was insane.
The skillet full of filet was also
Awesome.
delicious.
Yeah.
And he and the crew do a great job every
doubt.
single year,
That
man.
chili was unbelievable.
It really, it's amazing how good it is, But I shouldn't be amazed. We've had it for all these years running. But did a great job. He's,
Listen, he's one of the most diehard Jag fans in
no
the
question
history
about
of
it.
Jag fans. You kidding me?
No question about it. All right, let's get to Trayvon because we kept teasing that is coming up. Hayes Carline spoke with him yesterday, and we talked about it, Tom. He used to be a little bit of a bull rusher, and that was it.
Yeah.
Trying to add a few moves along the way, and Hayes asked him how he feels like he has improved as a pass rusher.
Strive to be better 1% every day. I can't live in the past regardless of what I did in the past. I just have to come into this next day with a growth mindset, and I feel like that's what's continuously helped me grow in my game and just try to be consistent every day.
Are you seeing him employ more moves and counter moves out there, not just relying on his pure athleticism?
I'm seeing him. He's smooth. Like it's like he's not trying. You know what I mean? He's trying, but you know what I mean. Like it's not like being forced. So the moves are coming naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Looks easy.
It looks easier for him. Yeah, it's just like it's coming more natural. I tell you, the sky's the limit for him. I just think he's going to have a big year. If he, obviously everyone's got to stay healthy, but he's in great shape. He's very quick off the ball. We know the size and strength. I mean, he's, like I said, sky's the limit. I think he's going to have a monster year.
He's not literally the biggest person on the team, but if you were doing that old, hey, we want the most intimidating guys off the bus first to kind of shock the other team. He's first guy off the bus.
Yeah.
Is Trayvon. I might put Mason Smith on there. I mean, Fred Johnson's a big mountain of a man, but Trayvon's not just big.
Yeah.
He's like fit,
athletic,
muscular. I wouldn't want to have to block him.
No, definitely not. You always say, like, who would you want to go in the alley with or foxhole with? Those guys. Mason, I'd be like, Mason, you just go in there and handle it. I'll just wait for you out here.
They did the Iron Jaguar games. He was the first pick, right? And everyone's like, oh, like you thought you were going to get him.
Right.
He's the obvious guy that everyone's going to take when you don't know what the competition is.
He's a walking action hero. That's
No,
what he is.
Good
And he
description.
carries himself that way. Hayes also got to ask him about how camp has gone so far for Trayvon Walker.
I feel like it's going pretty good. Obviously, I've had a couple of mental errors and things of that nature. Like nobody's perfect, but like I say, as long as you're out there flying around making plays, at the end of the day, you got to make plays in this league, and that's what matters. But I really do want to help put my teammates in the best position to make plays as well. So I want to come out every day and do my job first.
Real look, it's bottom line. As long as you win games, right? I mean, as long as you win games, it covers up a multitude of everything, right? We don't harp on Trevor Lawrence throwing all those interceptions against the Chargers in the playoffs because he overcame them and won the game, right?
Yeah.
And that's just the facts of the matter. Is Liam Cohen running camp the right way? Is he creating enough competition? Did they beat Carolina? If they beat Carolina, we're going to feel really good about the offseason that the Jacksonville Jaguars
Well,
had.
listen, in order for them to win games, our D-line has to be disruptive. And I think they're going to be disruptive. At least the ends right now. They look very disruptive.
Tom, you talk a lot about, and I hear it not only from yourself, but other former players about, the players need to kind of regulate themselves and be self-motivated and things like that. The coaches can create a good environment for that.
Yep.
But how much does what the coaching staff is bringing seep into the locker room? Trayvon Walker with Hayes yesterday.
The attitude that they bring in the building every day, I feel like that's going to be something that helps carry us on to the edge. And like one of the first team meetings that we came back he mentioned just what is our edge, finding our edge to help us get to that next level. Like we know we have we have a young team, first of all. We have a lot of great players. It's just how we're going to get to that next step of being great, being consistent. And that's our main focus, having that edge to come in every day and do what we're supposed to do the right way.
Let me ask you, we didn't spend a whole lot of time on it earlier this week because I didn't feel like it was purposeful to drag Jacksonville down. What did you make of Evan Ingram's comments about how, I was the first one in, it wasn't very hard to be the first one in Jacksonville?
He was right. He was right. He was always out there early before anybody
there's no
else.
question. He was always the first guy. But I mean, like what he was saying was like, look, it wasn't like I was racing like five guys all trying to be first in the building. Like I was first because that was kind of the culture that it wasn't that hard to be.
I know a lot of people want to just throw that at the coaches, but look, you're 4-13 for a reason. And we know the reasons. You see it on film, like the mistakes that were made, the out of position. It wasn't like just there were a couple games where they just got their butt whipped, but the games where they should have won were games they didn't win because they kept making the same darn mistakes, whether it was the safeties, whether it was the wide receiver, the quarterback being off, what have you. It was a combination of things, giving up sacks at the wrong time, not getting pressure, all those things. So I had no problem with it, and I think he's right. And I think, look, that Trayvon just said it, consistent. You got to be consistently good in this league in order to have a winning team. So I think that's what they're – again, to have the message from the coach, to have the player that likes that kind of message, and then go out there and do it, that's a nice combination to have.
One more here from Trayvon Walker with Hayes Carline. He was asked about the defense being very versatile. There's a lot of different ways they can line up, a lot of different things they can do, and Trayvon commented on that.
Man, we can do a lot of different things from a lot of different fronts. So I feel like with that variation, we can always keep teams on their toes. Like they just once we're in this front, they can't say, "Oh, we're only doing this in this front." We can run some of everything out of every front. So I feel like that's something that helps the defense disguise a lot more and be able to hit home if we want to send pressure or not. It might look like we're sending pressure, but we're not.
I feel like though. This kind of goes back to when you hire a defensive coordinator, we're going to be aggressive, right? We're going to be multiple, right? We're going to be everyone says it,
right?
And I feel like this should be standard operating procedure, right? You're just not going to line. You don't have unless you've got 4 Hall of Famers up there. You're just not going to line up in the same front every time and just tell them go
you
get
want
the
to keep
ball.
them guessing. You want to surprise them, and bring that nickel blitz when they don't see it coming. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I don't care what front they're playing or what they're calling. It'll show on the field what kind of defense they are, right? Are you stopping the run or at least controlling the run? And are you making that quarterback, have to second guess where he's going with that football because you're pressuring him consistently? Again, I think on the outside they're going to be fun. They're going to be fine and even really good at it. We'll see what happens on the inside with the, Armstead and Mason. But, hey, I know this about Campanelli. They're not afraid, coming from Green Bay, they're not afraid to bring the pressure. They're not afraid to blitz, and I think he's going to bring some of that with him. Of course, he was under Flores, who's also very aggressive. Brian Flores, defense coordinator, very aggressive in his play calling. Jimmy Johnson, I think before that with Philly way back. I think he was like a young assistant at that time. He's followed guys that have been aggressive in their play calling on defense. So I think we're going to see that. And look, we all know the deal. If you can't get there with 4, you got to manufacture some pressure. I mean, you got to. You cannot let that quarterback sit back there and pick us apart. I don't care how good you think your coverage is.
Well, hopefully, they can get there with their base people a little bit more, right? Because you've got the 2 edge rushers. Josh Hines-Allen slimmed back down to where he was when he had 17.5 sacks. Trayvon, we feel, is ascending. You added Agba, and they are very excited about Gardeck and happy to have him back. And probably, Tom, from what I understand, if you're in base, he's the leading candidate to be the strong side linebacker, never mind just a sub-package rusher as well. So they really have a big plan for Gardeck if he can hold up to it physically. He just got back on the practice
So who's the odd man out in that? Is that Lloyd?
No, Lloyd is going to be weak side.
So Ventrell.
Ventrell's backing up He's playing weak side.
One of those. Okay,
so
and then Kaiser's backing up.
Kaiser's backing up Foye.
And then Abdullah.
Or put it this, I say Ventrell's backing up. He's competing with Devin Lloyd.
Okay.
Let's put it that way for the weak side.
I didn't know Gardeck was considered the number one Sam.
Well,
right
I don't know if that's like official, but I think from what I'm understanding is that if you want to put a bet on somebody in base, which maybe is only 30% of the downs.
Right.
But somebody's got to be out there in those, and that he may be that guy that is the guy that kind of mentally have penciled in.
They had Abdullah out there early in camp, at that same position. So, and he was Gardeck not, obviously available yet. So good. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Well, hopefully we just have a little bit more depth on third down to get after the quarterback.
If he's better, that's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he ends up being better, then that's fantastic.
Our question of the day presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. Which of these safeties will start the most games for the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2025? Antonio Johnson, Caleb Ransaw, Darnell Savage, or Dewey Wingard? Let's debate that when we come back and tell you where things stand. Savage leading, but his lead has shrunk considerably over the course of the 2 hours. So if you want to vote on that, at MD_1010XL on Twitter. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark. One more segment for the week on Jaguars Today, straight ahead on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Well, I guess I got to say thank you now. After begging Dandy to come hook us up with some swag and some delicious food in studio, they did exactly that today. And, folks, you can take advantage of Dandy's wonderful food without ever leaving the comfort of your living room. Football season's right around the corner. You want to do a little tailgating. You want to host parties at the house. Watch college football with the guys and gals on Saturday afternoon. Go to dandyfoods.com and check out the wonderful selection of tailgate subs, custom made to order, party platters, you name it, they've got it. And yeah, they still have that great line of classic, great tasting grab-and-go sandwiches, fantastic variety, great prices, always fresh, always delicious. Trust me. Black Forest ham, smoked turkey, provolone, lettuce, tomato, mustard, mayo. That all goes down really smooth. Dandy's got your back. And when you're hungry in Duval, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today.
For the renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. At 1010XL. 1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
It's the stories that you tell. So much fun and imagination.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
I want to party with you, cowboy.
Mornings on 1010XL.
The two of us together? Forget it.
Joe C. for Hard Rock Bet, and this is a great time of the year to be in on all the action. Baseball season in full swing, and Hard Rock Bet is the best place to get in on every pitch, strikeout, and home run, all in the palm of your hand. And I know you love football. We can't wait for these huge games to kick off our college football season. Download the Hard Rock Bet app or log on hardrock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
You wouldn't drive your car 50,000 miles without an oil change. So why are you ignoring your septic tank? That thing's working round the clock, taking every flush, shower, and mystery casserole down the line. Eventually, it fills up. And when it does, you do not want to find out the hard way. Don't wait for the stink. Septic tanks need to be pumped every 3 to 5 years. Call 904-862-6769 to schedule your septic pump out with the pros at Duck Duck Rooter. When you're stuck, call the Duck.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
If you're playing fantasy football, you might want a little help. Get 1010XL's Fantasy Football Draft Guide with in-depth player bios and the top 32 rankings at every position. Get the guide at 1010XL.com and on all of the 1010XL social channels.
Make a statement this summer with luxury. Experience the art of progress at Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville. Choose the sleek and powerful G70 or the versatile and refined GV80 SUV that's designed to elevate your journey. Enjoy exclusive summer offers and flexible financing. Showroom on Atlantic Boulevard or learn more at genesisofnortheastjacksonville.com. For all life's journeys, Jenkins Genesis of Northeast Jacksonville is here. Welcome to the family. Offer subject to change. See dealer for details.
Jackson's more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. From estate cleanouts to furniture and appliance removal, we handle it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
60 days from now, you'll be one of these two guys. The first guy, sluggish, foggy, and feeling like he just can't keep up like he used to. The second guy, driven, strong, and confident. Why? MailXcel's breakthrough microdosing protocol, a daily low-dose testosterone. You don't have to be the first guy anymore. Be the second guy. Take the same steps he took. Try MailXcel.com. 100,000 men chose wisely. Your move.
1010XL is presented by Barra & Barra, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
I don't know if we'll get to Grant Udinski. By the way, any interviews, any sound we've got, you're going to find it all at 1010XL.com. Yep. We'll probably get to a couple of his thoughts before we close up shop today. In fact, I know we'll have time for it, but I want to spend a couple of minutes talking about today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, focusing in on the other safety. Eric Murray is going to be your starting strong safety, at least to start the season. Yep. I presume for the majority of the season, but who knows, right? But safe to say, if you're going to bet on one safety to start the most games, you should bet on him.
Yeah. He's out there with the ones.
He's out there with the ones. He's not competing.
Right.
And again, that they feel like he is going to be the guy that makes sure that everyone's on the same page, everyone's playing the right scheme, knows what their roles are, their responsibilities. I was told, if you look at how the communication improved when they put Dewey in last year towards the end of the season, that's the effect they think they're going to have all season long with Eric Murray as the strong safety.
Yep,
right?
For sure.
So, Antonio Johnson, Caleb Ransaw, Darnell Savage, Dewey Wingard, who will start the most games? I think they want it to be Ransaw. Clearly, right? I mean, he's the second pick you made in this draft.
Oh, yeah.
Right? When do we get to, we'll discuss it with today's 10-10 take.
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company, veteran owned and operated.
All right, so Johnson, Ransaw, Savage, Wingard. All right, here's how I see it. I think they'd like it to be Ransaw. I don't know what his timetable is. Week to week, what does that mean? Right? I mean, week to week could be a month. It could be next week. He's back out there full go and ready to play against Pittsburgh. I don't know, and lower body. That could be anything, right? That could be knee. That could be ankle. That could be foot. Right. No telling, right? So I do believe that, he's Antonio Johnson's an intriguing package of athletic ability as well, right? But I don't get the sense, Tom, I've heard some people say he's having a decent camp, nice camp. I don't get the sense that he is really pushing to be the starter. I'm not saying he doesn't want to be the starter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if Antonio Johnson's starting games at least early in the year for the Jaguars.
Yeah, without an injury in front of him kind of thing. I think he's perfectly built for the role. I just Don't know what's if he's got it all together.
He's been perfectly built for the role for the last couple of years too.
I know. Well, but listen, I mean, if we do give some other guys, because
some guys take a few years to, or maybe the coaching was whatever. And some guys do. The light goes on for him.
Yeah.
Darnell Savage would seem to be like almost the incumbent, but I think there's a decent chance he's not on the roster at all. If you want to keep some of these young guys, if you want to keep Johnson. And obviously, you're going to keep Ransaw. I think Dewey's got a role on this football team. I think by default, I'm going to vote for Andrew Wingard here, who I don't think is guaranteed. And again, this is kind of guessing. But I think he's the best bet to be the opening day guy across from Murray. Now, if Ransaw's injury lingers for a while, that probably increases Savage's opportunity to make the team. I feel like Savage may be an all or nothing. He may be your starter, or he may not be on this roster.
Well, what else can he do? Can he play nickel? He can play nickel, maybe.
Yeah.
Be a backup nickel. So, no, I agree. I feel like
they got a lot of nickel options, though.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, Caleb Ransaw was a nickel in college.
Yeah, he was.
And they're raving about Jordan Lewis and what he's bringing to the secondary.
Yeah, he's making a lot of plays, no question. Look, Wingard's just fallen off a little bit in camp for me, but I still think as far as the mental side of it, you can really count on him. I think Ransaw at the end of the year will have the most starts, though.
That may be the case, right?
That's how that's going to go.
I'm probably thinking too short term because if let's say he's out 3 weeks even. Okay, so you get off to a slow start. Yeah. So maybe you're a month behind or whatever the case may be. But I think once Ransaw gets in, that's it.
Yeah.
Right? Unless he just completely falls on his face, right? Yeah. But so that may be the better way to go, but I'm still voting for Dewey in this.
Prior to the injury to Ransaw, he was making plays. I mean, he was coming along. He was making at least a play a day on the in team, playing the ball, breaking up passes. He's been pretty good. It's too bad he got injured.
Tony, where are you going on this?
I do think it's all four options are in play to whatever degree, right? Antonio Johnson, I think, wound up starting 8 games last year for the team at safety. He was the starting, I guess he was free safety, strong safety at the beginning of the year last year. They were kind of moving him and Cisco back and forth. It felt like a lot. It didn't work, obviously. That's why he played all year but only started the 8 games. Savage started every game he played, right? Like he played in 13. He started all 13. And I do think the Ransaw injury, the timetable on that, makes it difficult to figure out who's going to be the week 1 starter for the football team at free safety right now. I do think the best bet long-term over the course of the season is still Ransaw. It's the guy they want to have as the free safety. At some point, when he's healthy enough to go, that's going to be the plan that they're going to have. They're going to have a plan to get him to that spot, right? And once he takes it, I think he's going to have it for the year. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a long-term thing for Caleb Ransaw, but I think when we're looking at the 2025 season, when he gets to a point where they feel comfortable with him starting, he's going to be the starter for at least the short term. So if I had to pick one, it would be Ransaw.
Denmark, who are you voting for?
Yeah, I go Ransaw as well. Might not be early in the season, but once we get toward November, I think he'll be starting.
Darnell Savage getting almost 38% of the vote, leading the way. 28.3 for Dewey, 21.5 for Ransaw, and 12.6% say they think it'll be Antonio Johnson starting the most. Again, this is just among that quartet.
Right.
Murray overwhelmingly likely to start the most games of any safety. If you want to have your opinion factored in, you can vote at MD_1010XL on Twitter on that one. A couple of thoughts here from Grant Udinsky, Jaguars offensive coordinator, before we get out of town. What is the mindset, the focus for the upcoming scrimmage game tonight?
It's like a practice for us in terms of the way the guys are approaching it, but it'll be good to get the experience for the guys kind of going through the pregame routine more so than anything in terms of the mock game element of it. Kind of the flow of it is mock game-ish, but there are guys, the turnaround is a little quick for guys, so we're trying to simulate the timing, pace of a game between series, getting corrections, but every once in a while a guy will be out there with a series, we punt, and then he's back out there again. So you can't simulate it perfectly, but we try to make it as close as we can for the guys to kind of get that feeling of a game, the timing of a game, the rhythm of the pregame warm-up, that routine. So that way the first time they go out there for preseason, it's not something completely new.
Right. To me, it's all about logistics, right? Like the actual on-field, it's not going to be a game. You know, there'll be some probably semi-live team periods that take place. They'll focus on, you know, I'm sure they'll do some red zone. They'll do, you know, 3rd and long or 3rd and short, you know, maybe a short yardage period. But I don't know if they're going to go, hey, if you don't pick up 10 yards here, you know, we're going to let Nick Mullins come in and run the second team offense.
Oh, right.
Coming back the other way.
Yeah. They'll work on all those situations that you just got to get used to. You know, and look, you could wait till the preseason game, but you might as well get it done and just so they know that it's so funny. The pregame warm up, it's every coach, like they got to have it. Like you said, logistically, it's like
they want it done their way.
I got to walk them through it. And it's almost like we all do the same stuff. We get in rows and we stretch, and then we go do the pat and go down the sideline.
You stretched in the stadium before, Tom. You stretched on the practice
What number am I
field.
on, Coach? What line? The 15. Okay, great.
All right, couple more here, Tone, from Udinsky.
Yeah, including his evaluation of where the run game is at this point in camp.
Yeah, it certainly helps a bunch being able to see the guys really come off the ball and be able to strike and use their hands with that full speed and strain and finish. I think we were able to evaluate a little bit of it with the footwork and the communication and targeting some of that, but the full pads helps tremendously to really see guys not only what they can do, but to see how they're processing some of the coaching points and really the targets, aiming points, all those things that you preach in individual drill. That's tough to sometimes show up in the less competitive, non-padded periods.
All right, one more here. This is what we want to get to, I think. What stands out about the running back room? Like, what does he notice? What's jumped out to him?
I would say the thing that really stands out about the guys is their effort and embrace, like how much they've embraced the opportunity to improve. I think all of those guys kind of had different areas that they've wanted to improve individually or collectively, even as a group. And the way they've approached the protection scheme, the run game, that's a little bit different than some of the things they've done. They've really embraced that and kind of approached it with a growth mindset. So that's been awesome to see. The young guys step in and kind of have that, and even the older guys kind of fit right in with that and set the tone with that type of growth mindset to approach it where they're trying to buy into the best of their ability.
What I'd like to hear is, like, Bigsby is busting some asses out there, right? And Etienne is getting in and out of his breaks so beautifully.
Yeah, Grant's getting the hang of that coach speak.
Oh, it's crazy.
Way to go, Grant.
He went deep on the coach
every
speak
Thursday.
There, you know, like, man. Hey, you know.
I love the effort. No, the effort's really good.
Again, win games and all this. Everything we're talking about right now, we're just biding our time. We're inside 5 weeks to the first game, the official game of the NFL season. 5 weeks from Sunday until the Jaguars kick things off with the Carolina Panthers, man. So it's going to be on top of us in no time whatsoever.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you know, the energy, it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's energy every year going in. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're excited about the new year. New coach, not a new coach. It's a new year. You hit the reset button, and there's a lot of good. I mean, they're flying around. They're having a good camp. I like that it's been more physical than we're used to seeing. I like that. They've been banging a little bit, so that's good. They've been competing hard for the ball and that kind of thing. But you know, at the end of the day, they got to win ball games. That's all that matters. You just got to win, and hopefully that happens more so than not. You know what I mean? Which we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
All right. With that, let's say hello to Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill on 1010XL.
All right, Matt Hayes is here along with Joe C. and Big Sirs for the next couple hours. What's going on, Matty?
I thought you were saying that I was prime time. Prime time. So.
Oh yeah, you and Dion fight over that nickname.
Right.
I think there's a lawsuit somewhere involved back in the '90s that he won. But what do you got coming up today?
We got our coach in studio, Dave Campo, and we got an interview with Marcus Pollard at top of the second hour, actually, 1:00.
Cool. He's good.
We're still trying to get used to 12 to 2 again, and when I said top of the second hour, I started thinking 3:00. But no, 1:00.
1:00. Right. There you go. All right.
Heels, of course, from 2 to 4.
Yep, that's right. No doubt. And Scrimmage tonight, which will air on 1010XL, and it's fun if you want to go and sit in the stadium and everything. I don't think we're going to see much different than a typical training camp practice, quite frankly.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Maybe a little more oomph. right, Tommy?
Yeah, I think so.
A little more oomph from those guys. But, for the most part, I agree with you. I think it's going to be a lot structured the same way.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's a good start to a date night or it's a good family night. Go get some ice cream when it's over. It's going to be over quick. So go enjoy yourself, man. It should be a fun time.
I agree with that.
All right, Matt, have a great show and a good weekend.
All right. Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate it.
All right, man.
Simple, painless.
That's right.
Dad bods anytime soon?
Next Friday, actually, at Culhane's Irish Pub in Atlantic Beach, August the 8th. So that should be fun. Night before the first preseason game against the Steelers. So be rocking and rolling.
When we return on Monday, it's game week for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So,
finally here.
Yep, and that'll be it, and we'll be on our way. Dylan, you're going to have to tell me what you're trying to tell me because I've already shut everything down.
The scrimmage tonight will be on the streams. No YouTube. I don't know why I've been getting asked a lot of YouTube, but it will be on the apps tonight for the 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Gotcha. All right. Obviously over the air as well, but you can listen on the app if you want to. We will stream coverage of it with Frank Frangie and Jeff Lageman describing whatever the action looks like beginning at 7 o'clock tonight. All right. That's going to do it for us for the week. Catch Tom McManus later this afternoon.
Yes.
Helmets and Heels coming up at 2 o'clock. Tony, I will see you Monday.
Yep.
Denmark, I will see you Sunday.
Yes, sir.
On the first tee. And as long as the rain holds off until later in the afternoon, we'll be just groovy. Everybody enjoy the scrimmage tonight. Have a great weekend. And we will convene for preseason game week number 1 on Monday with more Jaguars Today. Then have a great weekend, everybody, from all of us here at 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Maxwell House coffee will live on for